Hello, Eight of Cups family. Welcome to Eight of Cups Tarot. I wanted to drop in and do a little bit of an eclipse special for you guys. I'm going to do specific readings for my last set of June readings, for most watched videos. So you guys, Cancer, Leo, Sag, and Virgos are all getting a bonus reading for the eclipse. But really quick, for everybody, I wanted to talk a little bit about this energy. I wanted to jump in mid-month for all of you in one way or another to talk about how important the energy is and how important it is for us to take advantage of this, to use it to our highest advantage, right? We can make so much progress if we look at this in a really positive way. There's parts of this that are going to be frustrating, especially for my fixed signs. We're going to want to keep things the same. We're going to have to be dealing with fear and instability. But the thing about this energy, that it's really more internal, and I've been saying this in my readings, all of these planets are going retrograde this month. This energy is truly internal. Now, for some of you, yes, you probably have some very real things happening in your life, you know, moving, new jobs, relationships, all kinds of chaos, breakups, get backs togethers. It's all kinds of crazy out there, but it's a result of what's going on within us. So it's a pretty good indication, because everything has this square to Neptune, making it so fuzzy and we can't really quite figure out what's going on. Can't really figure out who to believe or what to believe, or is this real? Do we have enough? Are we enough to do these big changes? Coming up with a lot of internal processes that we're breaking through, and the Saturn-Uranus square is urging us to find freedom from these things, which means we have to change our mindset. We can't change our lives without changing the way that we think, and that's why this Mercury retrograde in Gemini with this eclipse is all about our thought processes. How are we going to do things differently? We all want new stuff. We all want different lives. There's a lot of ways we were all really wanting this change to occur in our lives. Probably because there's some part of it, like, oh, if I could just have a different job, or if I just had a different house, or if I just found that right person, then all of life would be better. And the reason why you resonate with that is because there's a sense of freedom. Freedom from all of the things that we've been doing for way, way too long. So there's a combination of a priority shift, and there's a combination of a mental shift, and we start to see it immediately. These things manifest in our lives so quickly because everything's in these mutable signs, because everything's moving very fast, and because it's a very fated time period. Eclipses and Jupiter going retrograde in Pisces. This is a really amazing and beautiful energy if you allow it. Now, it's a different journey for all of us, and it's most likely pretty spiritual. You know, the spiritual awakenings, the new teachers that come into our life. And by that, I mean within relationships and job opportunities, you know, all of these things have a bigger lesson. And so I wanted to approach these particular readings in a pretty high level area. I want to work with some pretty conscious energy, and so it's not really a they feel this way and you feel this way love reading. We're going to dig into the dynamics and the history, and I'm only using Kim Krans decks, which is really exciting. I've got her Animal Spirit, her regular tarot, which is close to the Rider White, and we've got the archetypes. So we're going to really get into it. I'm excited for these readings. I've been looking forward to this for a while, and I do hope that you guys really enjoy. Please do not forget to like and subscribe the videos. We're working on opening up the channel. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. See you in a minute. Hello, Sag. Welcome to Eight of Cups Tarot, and welcome to your bonus love reading. This covers about a month, like mid-June to mid-July, but I've been telling everybody to expect that these energies are really going to take about 3 to 4 months to play out. The summer is going to be really interesting. It's a really beautiful time. It's a time of very deep progress, but the progress comes mostly from like within. So we have all these planets that are retrograde. Now we have Saturn and Pluto both retrograde. Mercury is retrograde as well. It will be out. It will be actually clearing its shadow in the second week of July. But we do have Neptune and Jupiter, which will go retrograde this month as well. And when all of this happens, not only does it open up kind of this karmic portal for growth, like soul growth, it also talks about it being kind of an inside job. There's internal work to be done, meaning if we're not seeing things like come to fruition in the physical reality of our lives, it probably means that there's blockages internally within us that has to change. And really the overall energy for the entire year is a Saturn-Uranus square, which is making us really break out of these old structures, these old stories that we tell ourselves. The way that love has to go, the way that relationships always work for you, the way that you express yourself in relationships, like whatever it is, you can expect there to be big changes, and for the better, because it's for the sake of freedom. In other words, if we're in scenarios where we're repeating karmic patterns, where we're in relationships where we don't really express ourselves and we don't tell the truth about how we're feeling, we're not setting our boundaries, we're not honoring ourselves, whatever it is, we're gonna find ourselves in very karmic situations that will cause us to clear that energy, to approach things in a different way. And that's been the overwhelming theme for all of the readings in the past month, is having to approach situations in a way that's different from the way that you've always done it. And I love that energy for you, because the way I've done this reading, Sag, is I've pulled your energy here and your person's energy here. Now, please keep in mind, this doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. It could be a best friend. It could be a child or a parent or a coworker, boss dynamic, whatever it is. But we've got your energy here, we've got their energy on this side, and those two things may be flip-flopped. So if it makes sense, but this is your energy and this is theirs, please allow that. It's energy, it's fluid, so it's not always clear on who it belongs to. Sometimes you carry other people's energy within you, so it comes out that way. Up here we have this archetype card, and the archetype card is really talking about the energy and the karmic lesson that both of you are going through within this relationship. Look, we don't go through situations with other people without learning something. It could be a 2-minute, wave conversation in a grocery store. It could be a lifelong partner. You're still learning something. You're exchanging energy, and you want to put that to the best use. So this is talking about the overall theme, or the assignment, I want to say for you guys specifically, the assignment of what you both have to accomplish in order to fulfill this karmic tie. And down here I've pulled some cards talking about the future of the connection. So Sag, talking about that Saturn-Uranus square, your first card out, the archetype for both of you is the box. And I love this because this is that Saturnian boundary. That's that thing you can't quite break through. The box is very frustrating. It's like not being able to say or express how you feel. The box feels closed in. There could be feeling of like suffocation, or the inability to grow out of something or to overcome something. If you're in a relationship, you're really butting heads. You keep having the same issue over and over, the same fight over and over, and it appears like there's no real resolve. It's just like this energy, and every time you're together, you go through the same thing. And the thing is, the box keeps you tightly bound. It keeps you locked in. It makes you unable to grow from the situation. And there's not a whole lot of hope, right? Like if you're inside a box, it's probably pretty dark, pretty tight, feeling confined. It's uncomfortable. And of course, in order for this to occur, it's probably because both of you are seeking that freedom from it. The yearning to just like get over it, to fix this already, either make it better or leave it behind kind of thing. And that's where Uranus making that square to Saturn, and Uranus is definitely in the higher energy during the second square, so the possibility for breakthrough is great. Now, let's kind of look at these energies to see what exactly or how you guys are going to be able to break through this. See, the thing is, the box is like the lack of self-expression, and I do see that from both sides here, from both parties. There's a lack of true expression. Now, for you, Sag, you're coming out with the Nightingale spirit, and this is about expressing yourself. So it's super important for you to say the things this month. And it has to come from the heart. Nightingale isn't nagging. It's not like listing all the things the other person is doing wrong. It's not about pointing out the shortcomings of somebody else. It's about expressing what your needs are. And I think it's important to look at the situation from a different place, because if you go in and you're nagging a partner and saying, you know, like, pick your socks up, do your dishes, like what I keep saying, you keep having this fight over and over, but that's not really what that fight is about. Because behind those complaints, those symptoms are very deep feelings, probably surrounding what your needs are. It's not about the socks on the floor. It's probably more of wanting to be more emotionally supported. And I like that you're coming out as a Nightingale this month, because suddenly you're going to get the strength, you're going to get the opportunities to start talking about what you really need. Which means you're going to break out of that cycle of the same old argument over the socks, right? Nightingale, their words are profound. It's that of a poet or a singer. Their words carry a lot of value. They carry a lot of, they pack a punch. And I think it's important to embody that Nightingale energy, because there's a gentleness about it that you need to seek right now. Clarifying this card, we have the Mother of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Empress. And this is that compassion. This is also the self-compassion, right? The self-protection, but not in a negative way. It's the self-love. And it's the knowing that you don't want to continue arguing about the socks anymore. It's a knowing that you deserve somebody that loves and cares for you and defends you and makes you feel emotionally safe. Mother of Cups always makes you feel emotionally safe. Those are your needs, Sag. Because she comes out next to this Nine of Wands, there's a certain defensiveness about it, because you do not feel safe, because there's an area of unknown. Here we have the Moon, here we have the Moon in the Empress card, and there's definitely an element of not really knowing where you stand, not knowing where this is going or how this is going to work out. There's probably a lot of unknowns within the scenario. And you probably sense that too, right? The Nightingale, the Mother of Cups, these are very psychic, intuitive energies. And you may be feeling that maybe there's more to the story. There's more to why this person's acting this way. There's a deeper sense of maybe loss or wounding on their end that makes them incapable of giving you, of meeting your needs. And I just absolutely love that next to this Nine of Wands comes the Empress card, because it means that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they're capable of or the things that they have to overcome, right? you're not going to keep yourself small because this person cannot address or fulfill your needs. I want to move back on that for a second. Has to be an understanding that there is nobody else on earth that can fulfill your needs. You have to fulfill them. Mother of Cups. You have to provide those things for yourself. You have to have yourself in the right environment. And that environment also, it's not just your home. It's not just the structure within your life. It's your thought processes. It's your heart and it's your soul. And that's where you feel safe. And when you're in that energy, feeling safe in and of yourself, providing all of that for yourself, it doesn't matter what the other person is doing. And the Empress is kind of this energy where it's like, okay, here are my needs. Here are my boundaries. These are my expectations because I know I deserve this kind of life. I deserve this kind of love. And it doesn't help anybody to stay in this Nine of Wands because this is you staying in the box. This Nine of Wands is like, well, I'm just going to keep these thoughts and feelings to myself and act very defensive and not explain what I want or what I need to this person who's probably dealing with a lot of their own issues and have no idea how to give you what you need because they don't know what it is. And there's a sense on your part of, if I have to explain my needs and wants and desires to you, then there's a chance I might get hurt or disappointed. And there's a fear in and of itself there. But at some point in the next month or so, you're going to realize that that fear has to be overcome. It has to be met. You have to ask for the things. You have to explain where you stand. You have to set those boundaries. Now, your person's energy is very, very interesting, Sag. We have them coming out as a starfish. And this is always like this energy for me of like putting on a show. This person's putting on a show, like everything's fine, they're doing fine, life is fine. If you guys are separated, they're probably acting like they're completely okay with it, you know? But the starfish is shallow and it's clingy. It's very important to this person what it looks like, how things look to other people. But I don't think that that is their real feelings. I think this is their box. I think you're dealing with issues of expressing your feelings and honoring yourself. This person is also dealing with some other issues here, but it comes more from a place of wanting things to look okay. They don't want anybody to think that they have hurt feelings or they've caught feelings or, you know, something like that. But I think you know better. You know, again, all of this cup energy, all of this psychic energy, I think you know better. I don't think you're falling for that. But let's see the clarifiers. So we've got the Son of Cups. So they're coming out as a Son of Cups. You're coming out as a Mother of Cups. There's love. Six of Pentacles. Oh, there's absolutely love. There's definitely love between you. This person is carrying a little bit more of an immature energy. You are a more mature energy, which makes sense. The Son of Cups. This is like arrogant a little bit. And I'm sensing a fear of rejection on this person's part. And also a little bit of mirroring. So for you guys, when you're coming out in this Nine of Wands defensiveness, they're going to mirror that with that Six of Cups. So Here's the thing. If you come at them with love, if you express your feelings, if you were to say to this person, look, I just really don't like when you make me feel this way. Not in a nagging sense, but in a really honest, like, this is what it is. This is how it makes me feel. And if you come at them with more of like a compassionate tone than an accusing or nagging tone, they are going to reciprocate that energy. So if you just come in yelling and arguing, it has to be this way, I like it done this way, blah, 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 then they're going to also counteract that. So I get the feeling that you're kind of dictating or leading this, which puts you in a power of position to create what you want. Here we have this Five of Pentacles and the Fool. There's a fear of rejection, which is why this person's kind of keeping it shallow. It may look like they're not fully invested, or it may look like they don't really care, but that's not true. And that's coming from a place of fear of rejection, because I think that this person, now if there's a separation or if you're broken up, this person probably wants to reconcile. Look, I'm not really picking up on a new love situation. Maybe it's been kind of like back and forth for a while, one of those things where you're like together but not together, and then just, maybe it's time to like shit or get off the pot kind of thing. But I do kind of sense that this is more of a situation where you've been together for a while and you might be on a break, because I get the feeling of reconciliation. Right down here we've got this Three of Cups. This person wants to start something with you. They want to make the commitment. They want to jump back in. They want to start things. They want a clean slate. With the Fool, they want a clean slate. But they're afraid of feeling rejected. They're afraid of feeling judged, which is something that you may inadvertently be doing. The good news is you're going to have the chance to correct that. And then this person will respond to your warmth with their true feelings, which is that they want you back, that there's a lot of love here. And I also get the sense that you're very needed by this person. And I don't get that in like a codependent way. Maybe there's been some codependent issues that are being worked out right now between both of you. But I don't sense of like this person needs you because they can't like do life on their own. I don't see that. I more so see this as you're an important karmic partner to this person. That there are things you're supposed to do together. There's situations you're supposed to grow from together. There's probably things you are here to create together. Family, a business, whatever that is. But until this stuff gets worked out, it's not really easy to see the growth at this time. Now for the future of the situation, we've got this Daughter of Cups and the Son of Swords. Now this is coming out on your side, and this is exactly what I was talking about. There's a choice here between coming off as a Daughter of Cups or the Son of Swords, and I think that you need to maintain a balance in order to break through this Nine of Wands. Now for you, Sag, I do want to say that if there's stuff that you are particularly like really stressed out about, if there's things that you're holding in, like repressed anger, repressed disappointment, repressed stuff, it will take on a physical form. You will start to feel, physically not well. Aches, pains, headaches, stomach aches, digestion issues. These things will take on a very physical form. So it's really important that you get the energy out of your body. Even in the Nightingale, like honestly, I know this is like such a strange message, like singing in the shower. There's like an essence of like, if you can't say these things to this person, it would be really great if you could just express it maybe through listening to some sad songs and singing to them, because you do have to get it out of your body one way or the other. And when you get it out of your body, when you clear out that animosity, then you could start addressing it from more of a heart place. Because right now you're in a defensive place. There's a lot of love, and there's a lot of stuff you want to say. And it's important that you're able to strike a balance between these two. I do want to tell you, Sag, that you're safe to do this. You're safe because you're in a place of power, and you're kind of the deciding factor on where all of this goes next. If you're unwilling to soften your stance, if you're unwilling to say the things you want to say and truly express your heart and your feelings, and truly express your boundaries, then there's probably no hope. Because this is really depending on you letting go and saying the things you need to say. Center of the reading, we have this Three of Cups. And this is a reconciliation. For some of you, there may be a child involved. I'm picking up on like that, you know, there's a very motherly thing here. There's a very fatherly stance here with the pentacles. And then we have the three here. And I was picking up on that energy of like you're meant to be together, to create together. So there might be a child involved. But to me, this is all about the reconciliation, the happy family, the happy home. And it does represent a celebration. So there is a coming together, which tells me that this portal, this time that we're in, there could be a lot of growth, a lot of correction. So I would definitely say reconciliation is on the table. What I love here is we've got the Three of Wands and the Six of Cups here. This is kind of more so this person's energy. Three of Wands is a card of waiting. Waiting for the right time, waiting for the right moment, waiting for maybe you to soften up a little bit. And the Six of Cups, which is a getting back together card. It's a soulmate card. I do think that this person is very nostalgic right now, probably really having some soft memories of you guys together. Maybe looking at old pictures, listening to songs. It's funny, I'm picking up this whole song thing. Like, you're probably listening to the same songs that they're listening to. Maybe they're songs you had together. You know, there's just a lot of nostalgic love feeling. And this person's waiting for this to come back together. Which is funny because here we have the starfish. So you may be totally shocked to hear me saying this. You're like, no, that person doesn't give a shit. That person doesn't care. They're happy that we're broken up. No, they're not. They're not. There's a lot of pride. There's a lot of ego. There's a lot of abandonment issues that they're working through at this time. But I think that they very much would give this a second chance. They would definitely work on this with you if they knew that you were receptive to it. Remember, they're giving, you're the one receiving. So you have to open yourself to it. There has to be an opening within your heart. And I think once your heart starts to open towards this, you're going to start to see a whole different side of this person, a softer side of them. Because remember, there's a reflecting, there's a mirroring and projecting that you guys are doing. So if you're coming off defensive and hard, this person's coming off like, yeah, I don't care, I don't need you anyways. But deep down in your heart, you love this person and you want to work on it. And deep down in their heart, they would do anything to be with you again. And that's the truth. There's an opportunity to really bring this back together, but you have to break out of this box of judgment, of harshness, of accusations, and you got to bring it to a much deeper level, which means you both got to open up your hearts and be honest. This is actually a really, really beautiful reading, really beautiful energy of love between you two, kind of like cloaked and like scratching each other's eyeballs out a little bit. So be careful of that energy. Guys, Mars through Leo is not going to be easy, okay? It's fiery, it's passionate. For all of us, we're kind of feeling that fire and that passion. And if it's not channeled through the heart, Leo, if it's not channeled through the heart, then it just comes off being kind of boisterous and obnoxious. But if you're expressing your heart, that energy could really be so productive. It could get you really into alignment with what you need. And, you know, and another thing I just want to mention right here, this Three of Cups, it kind of just dawned on me, and I don't always get this from this card. If there is an opportunity, like if both of you can agree to maybe get a third party, like a therapist or, you know, somebody that can give advice from like a non-biased place, if there's an opportunity for that this month, it might really help as well. Threes. I love it. Guys, I love it. I love this reading. Don't give up on this connection because it's really beautiful. You just have to express yourself, Sag. All right, guys, I will be seeing you very soon for the July readings. Until then, I love you so much. Take care and have a wonderful month. Bye.